In this video, we're going to... Hang on. In this video, we're going to... not again. Hang on.
Sorry about that. Been over in Scotland drinking some whiskey and it makes your voice go really weird. Anyways, in today's video, we're going to be looking at those little wiggly things that have been getting in the way of my filter system. About 3 videos ago, we did a video on the wiggly things in my filter system. They are back with a vengeance. And also, I've had to take some drastic action to try to keep at least a little bit of clarity in my pond water. Let's crack on. So as I was saying, I've just got back from a trip to Scotland. Spent a few days up there. I'll post the video. You've got to see the video. It's over on my other channel, Andy Whitehouse Lifestyle. Don't go yet, wait. I'll post it at the end. You can have a quick look at it. It's an epic trip. Anyway, got back, while we were there, a little report that the water levels weren't right, because my daughter is pretty hot on now when we're away looking after the filter system and the fish and the water and all that kind of stuff, and she's getting pretty good at spotting something and then telling me about it. And she basically commented that, as you can see, the bay that went down last time has gone down even more. And she said, I just sort of let you know that your water seems to be backing up somewhere, or it's a little bit deeper than it is in one place and it's not in another. So this morning I've come down and had a quick look at, just got back anyway, sorry, just got back, and not still in Scotland, just got back, and had a look, and yeah, the wigglies are back, and they're back with a vengeance this time. They've literally taken over this side of the third bay, or the second bay, no, third bay, which is causing the water to back up and not enter the fourth bay as quick as it should be doing. I think same thing, I'm going to clear it out. We're going to have a look at how many we've got in there so far. But the thing that's worrying me is what's happening in the pipe work. Because somebody in the first video I did, somebody commented and said if you speed your water up a little bit, they can't cling on as quick and maybe it won't increase. So I increased the water pump to 70%, no, to 80%. But then obviously the water's not dwelling long enough in the filter system, so I put it back to 70, and then I've put it back down to 60 now, because you'll see later on with the clarity of the water and how I'm struggling with clarity of water. And again, please comment below if you are as well and how you're dealing with it. I've got my own little way, I'll show you in a little while. But yeah, I've reduced it down to 60% because I wasn't getting the dwell time of the water in the filter system for the biological side and going through the UV clarifier. So anyway, we're gonna have to try to drag these out again, unblock the blockage, take out these little wiggly things, and let's hopefully get back to normal again. So I think first job is to get the filter floss out, because that is really caked up, that is, and then I'll put some fresh in and we can see exactly what comes out when I start messing around at the back of that bay. Right, I'm not going to drain the water off this time. I'm just going to literally just give this a wipe. Just stick my hand in and just give it both sides and see what flows out onto the filter floss, eh? So wow, look at that. That is so much more than last time. That's literally from the back of here. So that's, you know, what is sitting in your pipes then? If it's here, then where else is it going to be? So I've obviously not been able to get rid of these damn crittery wriggly things, So I need some suggestions. Comment below if you found a way to get rid of these wiggly things in your filter system, cost effective, doesn't cost a fortune, you don't have to start adding new equipment, and works. I'm all ears. Please comment below, because I want these things gone. So I've never had these this bad in my filter system before. In fact, I don't recall ever having to do this since I fitted this filter back in 2020. So that's an interesting one, isn't it? So the clarity of my pond water, as I said at the beginning, I've had to take some drastic measures to try to reduce the algae bloom that's been going on, because in the UK, if you're not in the UK, basically, well, all through Europe, there's been having some really, really good, hot, sunny days that are just relentless on my pond, because I've got no cover, and I can hear the ones in the background saying, well, build yourself a pergola. I don't want to do that. So I have the brolly up, and I've actually resorted to putting some winter covers on, because these covers have like a UV value on them. So yeah, I've had to literally shelter the pond while I was away, because I was over in Scotland for, you know, a week, or yeah, about a week I was in Scotland, and I thought I'm not going to be seeing the fish anyway. Georgie can just lift up one of the panels and feed anyway. So I kind of just left these panels on, and I think I'm going to leave them on, because when I've come back, it is a little bit clearer than when away. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave these covers on for another week or so, and see if the clarity improves, because okay, the weather's changed a little bit in the UK. We've had a couple of rainy days, but only a couple, and again, as you can see now, the sun is out beating down on us and not helping with the clarity in my pond water. So I'm going to leave these covers on for another week or so. UV's flat out. I've changed 2 bulbs now, so again, people in the background going, change your UV, your UV's bulb's probably dead or whatever. So I've done 2 now. I changed the first one in March, and I've just done the next one. So March, April, May, June, July. So 6 months, and I've changed. No, I've actually changed it before, didn't I? Because I did the video where I broke the glass. So I've done it. I've done another one since. I've changed both bulbs, thinking maybe I had a faulty first bulb, and still what it is. The only other way I could think about doing it is to fit another inline UV, but then that's like 100 watts of UV. Tick tock, tick tock. But that's quite a cost, isn't it, when you think about it? So I'm gonna have to just stick with the covers, the winter covers on, and you know, I've already seen, after coming back after a week in Scotland, I've seen that the clarity of the water has got better a little bit anyway. And like I say, I've slowed everything down a little bit. I'm down to 60% on that vari pump. In fact, question, if you've got vari pumps in your ponds, what do you set yours at? And I know it's going to be different for different ponds, but you know, just give me a general idea of what you're doing out there with your vari pumps, where you're setting, and what kind of percentages, to make sure you've got the dwell time, but at the same time make sure that your UV is getting enough time to kill out the little bugs. Comment below. So this video seems to have been more of a question video than an answer video. So if you can help me this time, that'd be ace.
So thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe, like, share, ding the bell for notifications. But click the Scotland video now. It's here. Click it now. I've really got to stop drinking that whiskey.
Oh, that's a bit better.